First is any project you want to remove the battery. Next is to pull the spark plugs out or the spark plug wires out. They just pull it right out and move them off to the side so they're out of the way. Next is undoing these four 10 millimeter bolts or nuts off the top of the valve covers. I usually use a ratchet first when it's the first time I'm ever doing it, just to make sure it's not stripped out and gets destroyed by the ratchet or by the drill. This last bracket in the back that holds this cable, undo that also. And then if you grab it and start kind of shaking it a little bit, it'll come unloose. See here? And just slides off, and just move it to the side. Disconnect it. Next is to remove the timing cover, the timing belt cover. As you can see, mine is broken right here down at the bottom, or else it would have just slid off right there, so I have to replace that anyways. Next, you start loosening these bolts on the valve cover drivetrain, or the valve train, apologies. I do it with a ratchet first, just so that I know that if it was loose, if it was hard, if it's stripped, and then I use the impact to pull it off. And then I hand loosen them to make sure that they all slide up out so they're not catching, because you're going to remove the whole assembly all in one piece. So you want to make sure none of them are still touching or still grabbing. There's a little slide right there that I just hit. If you have to knock that a little bit loose, and then when you pull up like this, you see right here, I noticed that one of them is still somewhat threaded in. So then I go through, try to find which one it is, pull them all up, and then finally it just comes off like that. I didn't video it, but you got to take the spark plugs out and then cover all the oil galleys and spark plug holes with paper towels so the valve keepers don't fall in. But what you're doing here is you're trying to find top or the bottom dead center. So right here, I see I crank it over by holding the very end of the cam and turning the cam itself to show that the extension was going up and down to show where the lowest part is. Then what you're doing is putting a piece of rope in, and it's kind of hard to get it started. So I use my finger to get started, and then I just start feeding it in. Sometimes it got bunched up, so I use a screwdriver lightly, not trying to damage the threads of the spark plug hole. And I put as much rope as I can get into the cylinder. As you see, I did a lot. Then you hold the end of the cam again, and you turn the cam the same way that you were turning it before. And what'll happen is it'll compress all of the rope in there, and then it'll just stop almost like it's seized. So, all right, one, and then I'll go one more, and then it just stops. Like I can't move it anymore. So then I know that the rope is pushing all the way up against the valves. Now you're using the valve spring compressor. Try to get it as low on the spring as you can. And you compress it so that you can try to get at the valve keepers. As you can see, this one's a kind of a cheap eBay one, so it takes a minute to get it all set up. So now you can see these two little half moons. You have to pop them off with something, like I use a small screwdriver, and then I use a magnet to get them out, to fish them out. And you see that one was pretty easy. This one is still in the grooves, and you, as I'm showing you now, when you use the magnet to try to get it off, it's fairly difficult to get off unless you pop it out of the little seal that it's in. You can see I'm trying to get there with a magnet, and it's not getting it. So I got to get that screwdriver back and pop it out of the little groove that it's sitting in after the spring's been compressed. See it popped out there, and then we use the magnet to get it out there. And see, even this way, it was still kind of difficult. Had to move the spring around, move the cup around, and then finally move it all the way over to the side like this, the spring and the compressor, and then be able to pull it out. Then you slowly let the spring compressor out, and then you can pull the whole spring out. What's left is the actual valve spring seal that has a brass cover on it, or a brass side on it, so you can grab it with a pair of pliers like this and kind of just work it back and forth, being careful of not hitting the cam and the actual valve. This one was tore up, so I have to clean it up, get the extra little pieces that were left behind. What I like to do is put break-in assembly lube, Lucas break-in assembly lube. and put it on there just to ensure that everything's lubricated, and it makes it a little easier to put the valve seal on. So go ahead and put that on and make sure you're using the correct side. This one actually had exhaust seals on both sides, so I knew somebody was in this engine. And then what you do is you take a 10 millimeter long deep socket and you set it over the seal and you lightly tap it until you start hearing the sound change of the metal of the brass actually hitting the head. Then you know that it's all the way down. So now that it's like that, go ahead and put the spring back on, compress it again, like you did before. And there's lots of different types of compressors. This was just the one I used because I liked how the sides were, you could see throughout the sides, but it's still not that great because it's kind of wobbly. But now that it's like that, you can take the valve keepers. They're tapered, meaning there's a skinny end and a fat end. Make sure that the skinny end goes down. And I put it in, and I'm going to use a screwdriver to try to get it to sit back in that lip right there. And then I move the spring compressor around to kind of use the cup of the top of the valve spring to hold it in place when I slide that other half in. And I use the valve spring compressor, moving the spring around, and the screwdriver, all trying to get it to line up so that it'll fall into that little ridge that it was in before. And it was pretty difficult to do filming and doing this at the same time. But once it's in there, you slowly remove the compressor because if it's not perfectly in the ridge, it could shoot out. And I almost lost one down one of the oil galleys. That's why it's also important to put the paper towels in all the oil galleys. So now you hold the end of the cam and you back it off just a little bit, probably about a half turn. And now you should be able to pull your rope back out. And that's after you've done all 4 valves. Now I'm just removing all the paper towels and I'm putting assembly lube on the cam just because I had it open for a couple days while I was doing this, so I want to make sure it's not dried out. And I like to put it on the actual valves itself. I kind of figure that it just doesn't hurt to to put assembly lube in there, at least for the initial start. But when we're putting the rocker assembly back on, it's important to make sure that you don't hit it on the cam, gouge the cam. And right here while I'm setting it on, there's a little tapered part on where one of the bolts goes in, and you have to make sure that that's sitting just right. So what I end up doing is moving it around a little bit, and then when I can feel it set the way that it's supposed to, like right there, I start hand screwing those in to make sure that I can that I'm in the right spot, and I wasn't quite perfectly lined up. So now that I can start hand screwing these bolts in to make sure that they're lined up. And I try to do it with all of them. I zoomed past where I did half of them, but you see I'm going through and making sure they're all being screwed in and catching before I use the electric drill to drive them in like this. And I do it in the same pattern that you would torque. But all I'm doing is making sure that the bolts are all screwed down. I'm not trying to impact them down. I use a ratchet to get them where they feel comfortably tight. And then you use a torque. First, you torque them to 9 foot-pounds and then 13 foot-pounds. And here I'm doing the 13 foot-pounds. You do them in the start in the middle and work your way out in a circle. Now I'm just cleaning off the mating surface of the valve cover and the actual head because I'm going to put a new gasket in while I have it off, I might as well put a new gasket in. So you go ahead and put the new gasket in. It is one way that you can do it. See, I had it on backwards and I switched it around. So once you get it pushed into all those little spots, you get some some gasket maker. And I just put it on the round portion where the cam caps are and right around the corners right here. And I just put a really small bead on. And I'll do that on the other side as well. I don't put it all the way around because I feel it's unnecessary. Just the parts that may not be 100% settled, like in the round portions of the gasket. Also, the kit that I got had new seals for the spark plug or the spark plug wires. So I went and took the old ones out, went and put the new ones in. Just made sure that I pressed them all the way in. The kit that I got also has the new rubbers for the caps for the bolts that go on, so the brass that goes on the top of this. So we're gonna put those in brand new too. But right here, I'm just making sure that it's sitting right, and then putting the new brass and rubbers on. And because it's a new gasket, it actually sits just a hair taller than it did before, so there's not as much bolt hanging out for you to put your nut on. So you have to make sure that it's threaded all the way on. I do that with my hands. Make sure you put the ground back on, and then put that on, and then I'll use a ratchet to tighten them to hand tight. I don't know if there's a torque sequence or a torque spec for the valve cover, but just hand or as much as I could pull with one finger on the end of a ratchet is kind of what I do historically. And just go around and make sure that now that you've tightened them all, that they're all tight. I had taken off this hose that goes to the intake from the valve cover breather. Now I'm just putting the spark plugs back in the same way that they came out. Making sure that I attach them back into the spark plug, the races that hold them in place. If there's any questions, please comment below, or feel free to subscribe.